It's time for Success in Real Estate with Frankie Griffin, owner and broker in charge of the Palmetto Success Team, certified residential specialist, accredited buyer representative, military relocation professional, real estate appraiser, and author of Success in Real Estate. If you are interested in buying or selling a home, investing in real estate, or having your home appraised, you will enjoy Success in Real Estate. Now, here's Frankie Griffin.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin, 9:06 on Friday morning, getting ready for another beautiful weekend. Want to talk a little real estate this morning. Love to hear from you. If you got any questions or comments, anything I can help you with, real estate related, you can always call the show. The number is 799-8255. Again, 799-8255. And for those of you that were listening last week, or even if you wasn't listening last week, we were talking about some home buying principles. Things that you need to be considering and give a lot of consideration to before you even start the home buying process. And I didn't really get to finish everything I wanted to talk about last week. So the one last thing I just want to wrap up from last week was actually finding the right home, making sure it's the right investment for you. And I guess I'm primarily speaking to certainly first time home buyers. I guess that's sort of where my focus is. If you've been a homeowner for a number of years, you probably got plenty of equity, hopefully, and things are a little bit different in your situation. But certainly for first time home buyers, we got to make sure that first one is the right one for you. And it has to be a good investment. And what are we looking for there? Well, obviously, when you own a home, if we get the right deal, then you've got immediate equity built into the home, because that would be my goal, especially my first house. I'm looking for something, a steal, if you will. I want a really good deal where I've got equity in the house. So maybe the house is worth $140,000. I'd like to try to get it for no more than 120. Maybe something like that. But I want equity already in the house, because that's where you make your money in real estate. I'm just going to tell you, it's when you purchase. It's not when you sell. You make your money when you purchase. So that's why it's really a big deal. But not only do you have the equity already in the house when you buy it, hopefully during the time you have it, if we made a good investment, it's going to appreciate in value every month. Hopefully it'll go up a little bit in value, and that's what real estate tends to do. Another advantage is it's what I would consider a tax-free investment. Now, I'm not an accountant, so let me be clear. I'm not an accountant. You better make sure you talk to your accountant before you do anything I talk about here. But, if you own the house and you live there for at least 2 years, then the law says you're exempt from capital gains tax, at least up to $250,000. And if you're a married couple and you own it together, it could be exempt up to $500,000. So that's tax-free money. The gain you make on the sale is tax-free. So that's another really good reason to own and invest in real estate. Now, when you're looking for a home, here's some really key suggestions I would take into consideration for sure. You want to look for something that's somewhere between the small to medium-sized home in a neighborhood. I was especially starting out. I would stay away from going towards the large end of the neighborhood. That's where it could get a little bit risky. The small to medium-sized homes in a neighborhood, they get the benefit of progression. In other words, the larger homes around you are actually going to bring your values up. They're increasing your values. But if you have the larger home in the neighborhood, then you suffer from from what we call regression. and which means the smaller homes in the neighborhood are going to actually bring your values down. So you want to be careful with that. So when we're investing in real estate, which is what I would hope most people are doing, if not everybody, you got to look at stuff like that. You don't want to be the biggest, the nicest, and the best, unless it's just all about ego. And that's fine. If you got that ego and you want to feed that, then that's the way to do it. But from a financial standpoint, it's usually not the best idea. So I recommend look for the small to medium-sized home within whatever neighborhood you're looking at. Then I would say location is absolutely critical. I'm sure everybody's heard it many, many times. Location, location, location. And got to say it 3 times, apparently. Just that important. But that is important, and I would say this is primarily for those that are thinking about building a home, new construction. You better be careful here. You got to build in the right location. I was actually doing an appraisal on a house a few months back, and there's no question in my mind in this particular case, it would cost anybody to about $1.5 million to build this particular house that I was appraising. It was a gorgeous home, beautiful home, big home. And there's no doubt it cost every bit of $1.5 million to build it. The problem is he wanted to sell it, and he asked me to come out to appraise to see how much. And it only appraised for right at $800,000. And obviously he's not very happy. He said, I paid almost $1.5 million to build it. But you build it in the wrong spot. Nobody is going to pay the $1.5 million where you built it. It's just not going to happen. So we don't want that to happen. Now, most of us are probably not buying or building in the $1 million range, but this principle still applies at any price point. You got to build in the right location. Now, just another suggestion: if you want to own real estate that you could sell if you needed to very quickly, I'm going to tell you, you need to find a property that has a view of some kind, whether it be water, overlooking a pond or a lake, or maybe on a hillside. There needs to be a view. If I'm looking out window and all I see is the side of my neighbor's house, that's not for a lot of people. I mean, that's not to say it won't sell and you can't sell it, but I'm talking about if you want a quick sale, people really love to have just a nice view when they look out the door or look out the window. They see something very nice. And I know we're running out of time. How much time we got left? About 10 seconds. Real quick, you don't want to buy an ugly house. You cannot fix an ugly house. Just can't do it. So you need to have a nice house, nice floor plan. The architecture needs to look good. You just get one of these weird looking houses, then you now own the weird house. We do have to take a break. We'll be right back with more Success in Real Estate.